Hello everyone, this is a support video for the Neev Blanket Cal, which is the 2026 Blanket Cal hosted by me. And I'm going to show you the join method that I use to join my panels for this blanket. And you are welcome to use whatever join that you want. I'm just going to show you what I did. So for all of my cals, I normally say that do what works best for you. I always show what I have done and I will explain why I did it. But if there's something else that works better for you, you are welcome to do that. Now, I use the mattress join for joining these panels in my blanket, and I use the mattress join even for my IPSA blanket, which was the cal for 2 years ago, and those was I was joining hexagons, but this one is a tiny bit different. The aim was different. For that, I had a different kind of join that I was looking for, but in this one, I wanted a tighter join where the panels would not move about too much. I wanted them to be as close to each other as possible, so the embroidery was looked like it was on a seamless fabric. So I'm going to show you what I did and how I did it, and we'll go from there. So these are 4 panels from the blanket, and I'm going to join them right now and show you how it is all worked up. So here, this is a strand of yarn that I've taken. I'm going to do this side first. So here I've taken a strand of yarn which is about 1.5 times the length, the entire length that I want to join. I begin with making sure that the top of this panel is here and the top of this panel is here, just making sure that they're aligned the right way. It doesn't matter too much, but I wanted them to be all the same and just made sure that I did that for all of them. So before I begin, I'm going to now start with weaving in this end. So because I'm using a needle and thread, it is easy for me to just start by weaving in an end, so I don't have to do it later. Okay, I have it here now. So I'm going to identify this first stitch here. This was the bind off, and I'm going to put my needle through from back to front. So here, this is the front bar, and this is the front bar, and this is the back bar. I'm going to put my needle through back to front from the back bar. So here, like this. I'm going to do the same thing for this panel. I'm going to identify the first stitch. Now it's slightly harder to do it in the bottom chain because this is the bottom of this. But if you see, you can look at this stitches, the embroidery stitches you've made, and the chain right under it. This is the one which is the first stitch here. So all you have to do is insert your needle bottom to top through the bottom bar of this one as well. So we're only going to work in the bottom bar. Now I'm going to insert my needle from top to bottom in the same spot as earlier, and then bottom to top here. So top to bottom, then bottom to top. And then I'm going to do the same thing here, top to bottom in the same spot as earlier, and then bottom to top in the next one. Just being careful that I don't split the yarn. And I'm just going to pull really tight. I want to bring these panels as close to each other. Now you need to make sure that you're pulling these tight. So see, if I pull this tight, it brings them close. And if you pull it too tight, it is possible that this yarn will break. I know from experience. So that is why I do it. I pull on this every time I join 2 stitches, because even if I do 3 at once, it puts a lot of strain on this and I end up breaking this. So here I'm going to do it again, top to bottom, bottom to top, and top to bottom, bottom to top. So that's joining one, and then I'm going to do another one, top to bottom, bottom to top, top to bottom, and bottom to top. Now I've joined 2 stitches. I'm just going to pull and bring this, uh, pull this tight. Now you see how the back bar is completely hidden, and these two panels come really close to each other, and this join is nice and tight, and that's exactly what I was going for. I tried a bunch of different ways of doing this, but every time I used a new join method, the panels were still, I was able to pull them, and I was able to see the joining yarn, and it just worked better with this. It's a nice and tight join, and it works both in this direction and the other one I'm going to show you in a little bit. So here I've joined 2 stitches, and I'm going to pull tight. So here you can see that it's a nice little join, and this looks very nice and smooth. It almost looks like a continuous fabric. It's nice and tight, and that's exactly what I was going for. It's not exactly seamless, but it's you can't really pull this and feel like it's a different piece of fabric. You can see how tight that is. It won't you won't really pull this so tight on a normal basis. So I'm going to go ahead and do this all the way until here, and then show you how to attach the next 2 panels over here. Here we are. I have completed joining this entire these 2 panels from this side completely, and you can see how the join is. You can see if I pull, it really doesn't do much, and that's exactly what I was going for. But if you wanted a different look, you are free to use a join of your choice. But now that I'm here, I am at this edge, I'm at this corner. I'm going to now attach these 2 panels here. Now I've again made sure that this is the top here, and this is the top of this panel here. Uh, one thing before I move forward, I wanted to say is that when you pull on your yarn to close the gap, make sure you're pulling very close to the fabric and not from where you are holding your needle, because that just stretches out your yarn a lot and it becomes so much easier to break. So just make sure that you're pulling from very close to the fabric and not too far. Okay, now that I'm here, you can see that this is where I'm on, the yarn is in this panel right now. So I'm going to go through uh, the stitch here, just like I would if there were more stitches on this side. And then I'm going to identify the first stitch over here, which is this one. I'm going to insert my needle here. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this side, insert my needle top to bottom here, and then bottom to top over here. And I'm going to do another one on this side. And now that I've joined 2 stitches, I'm just going to pull on this tight. And that pulls these corners very close to each other. And this is the part where you have to be extra careful. This is where I break my yarn for the most number of times I've broken it. So here you have to be, you have to know how much force it will take to break your yarn. But I know that this, if you're just joining 2 stitches at a time, this should be okay. So you see how close the corners have come because of that, because I've pulled them tight. So this is how it's looking, and I'm just going to continue on this side now, and I'm going to join the rest of it using the same method. Here, I'm going to complete this and then show you how it looks. This is how it is after joining. I've completed this and I have about this much yarn remaining. I'm going to weave this end in before I start joining this part, but I wanted to show it to you. So this is joined at this point, so it's not joined here, but you can see how close these two panels are, and I really like how it's looking at the join over here. So it really accomplished what I was hoping for, and that's how it's looking. I'm going to go ahead and and weave in this end, and I'm going to then show you how to join this part. I'm going to begin by turning this sideways because I find it easier to join like this. Now I already weaved in this end here. I'm going to now pull my needle from bottom to top here, insert my needle from bottom to top here at this top, the edge stitch of the top row. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, bottom to top here. Now I'm going to continue doing the same thing as I did on this side. I'm going to insert my needle top to bottom in the same space as earlier, and then bottom to top in the next stitch, and working only in the back bar. And here insert my needle top to bottom and then bottom to top. I'm going to pull this tight. So here, this is how it's looking. I'm going to go ahead and complete this and then show you how to work this part, the corner. Now I'm here, I'm very close to this, and it's hard to see the stitches. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this a little bit towards me and insert my needle here, here. Keep these separated and work all of these stitches until the corner together before I tighten this. And I'm going to make one more. I'm not going to tighten it just yet. So I'm going to insert my needle here from here. So I'm going above this previous join. I'm going to pull it out here. This is the top stitch, the edge stitch of that top row here. I'm going to do it the same for this one. And now I'm going to pull it tight. So you see, this is a nice and neat join at the corner. And if you pull, these are already so tight that they won't really, you won't be able to see a hole here. Make a few more stitches to show you how it's looking. Here, that's how it is. Now I'm going to go ahead and complete this and show you how the entire thing looks. All right, this is how it's looking after joining. The entire thing is joined. You can see that this join here looks very similar to the one here. So it's just that there is a little extra space on these sides of this one. That's why this looks wider. It's just the nature of how we are constructing this. So that's what it is. But this is how it is. And if you do not have your blocks, your panels blocked before you join, I think this will be a bit hard. So I strongly recommend blocking them before you join. And just doing a quick recap here, there's not much to this. It's the mattress join that you're going to use. You're going to pull the yarn so the panels get as close to each other as possible. This is a nice and tight join because the fabric that we built is very dense. So I wanted to keep that join similar to how the fabric is. It would make it flow in a similar way. And Make sure that you do not pull too tight because it will break the yarn. Make sure that you pull after every couple of stitches because again, you don't want to make your working yarn too weak because of all the pulling. And that's pretty much it. If you wanted to use this join for any other project, you can use it to join anything, any small projects. You could do squares, hexagons, any other shapes, whatever you wanted to. But because this is a support video for the Neev blanket, that's what I've used. I've used the panels from the Neev blanket. These are four panels from my actual blanket. I'm now going to take these and join them to the rest of the panels. So that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out and I will be happy to answer them.